Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. I am so excited today to be here with you and my friend Miri. It's going to be great. You're going to want to share this out with all your friends and let them know. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Capital Mortgage Source of Corvallis, Oregon, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, Central Willamette Credit Union, and the Hounds of Business Community. For more information on Capital Mortgage Source in the Willamette Valley and their mortgage services, go to capitalmortgagesource.com. For more information on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, how they support families going through cancer, go to perspectivesoncancer.com. And for Central Willamette Credit Union in the Willamette Valley, go to centralwcu.org for more information. And finally, for the Hounds of Business Community and Mike Asherbrenner, go to Hounds of Business Community on LinkedIn. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey, welcome everybody to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. So glad that you're here today with us. It's going to be a blessed and amazing day today. It is. Oh my goodness. I love it. I'm on the move, as you can tell, remote today with you. But you know what? That's the beauty of technology. We can do this wherever we are. And I have an amazing guest who's going to carry the show. She's going to be amazing. So we're going to be all good. Looking forward to Miri coming on here in just a moment. But first, got to tell you all about Marketing with Russ. And again, we are here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. So thankful for this amazing, amazing audience. And I tell you, we every week talk to amazing people. This is all about how amazing people connect. We're all about connection and community building. And I'm telling you that marketing and business is built on connection and community. I am a true believer in that. And so we're going to talk all about that today with everything about Miri. So anyway, also wanted to remind you that I love to connect, of course. Go to russhedge.com today for more information on me, russhedge.com. That would be so awesome. And you can connect with me any way you like, even schedule time on my calendar and find out all about my inspirational speaking, my marketing coaching, my live stream producing. Love to do that. Also, if you could please subscribe to our YouTube page, that would be so great. All you do is go to marketingwithruss.live. You know the name of this show, you know how to get there. Marketingwithruss.live is where you go today. So thank you for doing that. And remember, so I keep things really simple. My name is the website, russhedge.com. This show is the YouTube page, marketingwithruss.live. Can't get much simpler than that. There you go. Also, if you'd be so kind to just share this out, that would be so great. Just tag your friends, let them know, hey, don't forget, Marketing with Russ is on. I know it's Thursday. I know you're busy. Week's starting to wind up, but you got to remember Marketing with Russ every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's right. Okay. Also, just want to remind you that if you want to get a copy of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, or any of the 4 anthologies that I wrote that are #1 on Amazon, international bestsellers, would love for you to pick one of those up. You can actually get it at russhedge.com or go to Amazon or online booksellers for that. Would love for you to do that. Okay. The other thing we do every Monday and Thursday is our marketing tip of the day. And so here we go for today. Now, this will get cut out, put out separately on YouTube Shorts, on social media, and you can take advantage of that. So please do. All right. You ready? Here we go. All right. This is your marketing tip of the day. Be outwardly focused. Be outwardly focused. So, what do I mean by that? You need to be looking around you and opportunities that you can give and bless others. I love the book and the philosophy by my friend Bob Berg, The Go Giver. He's written an amazing book. You should look that up on Amazon, The Go Giver. He talks about the philosophy of value and giving to others, giving more value than you're looking to get in compensation, valuing others and being a giving, just a great person that wants to help other people, right? So we're looking outwardly at others every day. So being outwardly focused is always a good way to be when you're not so inwardly focused, thinking of yourself a little too boastful and all of those things about you. Today, be outwardly focused, think of others, be a giver. So that is your marketing tip. Be outwardly focused, and that is your marketing tip of the day. Thanks, everybody. All right, there we go. So that'll get cut out, put out separately on YouTube Shorts and social media. And now we're gonna get Miri in the room and get things started. Are you ready? Here we go.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. Thank you for being on. I appreciate it. So we're gonna start with the basics. Who in the world is Miri and what are you up to?
That's a good question. So, I am a trained email copywriter when in the marketing world, and I help service-based businesses connect more with their audience. So, it's perfect that I'm here because I love your tip of the day. It's all about doing that, and I love my clients. It's great to work with them. But when I'm not working, I am a mom of 3, and my kids are 8, 6, and 2, so they keep me busy. I love to
I
run.
bet.
Yeah. I love to run. I play soccer, so I like to, stay in shape and do that kind of stuff. And I live in South Florida. I'm originally from Mexico, so I really didn't speak English until I was 12, and that was crazy. That was a crazy experience, as you can see from my accent. I still have an accent. I'll never get rid of it. Um, but it's all good. It's people remember my accent. I mean, Siri doesn't understand me all the time, but that's okay. We're getting better with AI. But yeah, this is just who I am. Somebody who's always positive, having a positive outlook in life, and I try to do the same thing, with my clients. So I focus a lot on emails and content creation, pretty much.
Well, that is so great. So, okay, so let's go there. What are the basic things? I call you up, I message you, I say, Mary, I'm having troubles with my marketing. What are we gonna do? Start.
Yeah, so the first thing I do is I really have to understand a little bit more of what is the problem. Like are you, are you targeting the right people? What are you doing? Because a lot of times people say, yeah, I don't have any leads, but they're not doing much else to get leads.
Sure.
So we first have to really diagnose to see what is happening, to understand, how can we help if we don't even know what the problem is. Um,
Right.
and then I really like to dig deep into the audience. And I think that's something that, to me, it's always number one, because a lot of times people don't know that, who is their true audience. They said, yeah, everybody can buy from me. My product or my service, I generally, it's more based on a service. Um, my service is more for everybody, like the whole world, and that's impossible, right? So,
Right.
I mean, if the whole world could buy from you, then we need to talk to one person, and maybe that one person is going to resonate with what you're saying, and then you can actually target other people and other demographics. But I always start with the one person. Like, talk to them as if they're your friends and you're going out to coffee. And that little tip kind of helps them to understand, okay, if my person lives in Idaho, right? And has a farm life, and her name is Sarah, and she has a family, like, what would you tell her? What the conversation is like? So I start with that and then dig deeper into, okay, now we know who we're talking about, what are her problems, her fears, and what are some of the things that we can do so that we can really, based on what the problem that they're having, really solve that. So that's kind of like how I begin.
Well, what I love that you do, first of all, is you listen and you figure out where people are, because it's not a cookie cutter marketing plan for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own needs. What's really going to work for them, right? And so I think that that is such a blessing that you're taking time and giving that personal approach, because people need that, right? They need something unique for them. And so let's talk a little bit more about that. What do you think is one of the biggest challenges that people have with really trying to get themselves out there? I mean, a lot of times it's themselves getting in the way, I think. But
Yeah.
what's really one of the biggest problems you find?
Yeah, a lot of times is that they're looking in the wrong places. So what you said is 100% true. People, they get in their heads like, oh, but what happens if people don't like my videos, or what happens if nobody opens my emails, and that's obviously a big one. But a lot of times they're not they want to be everywhere, and they are not really catering to the people that they have available, that they have to serve. Like, I'll give you an example. I used to work with a lawyer. I loved her. She was amazing. But we worked together for like 4 years, and then the political climate, changed between Canada and the US. So we had to redo a lot of stuff in her business, and I don't think she was ready for it. So we stopped working together. But one of the things that I kept trying to bring her back to is that she wanted to be everywhere. She wanted to be on TikTok, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, sending emails, on Pinterest. So everywhere that you could think of, she wanted to be everywhere. Where,
Right.
it's great if you want to be everywhere and you produce one piece of content and you can send it out to your list, and then you can send it out everywhere where you want to be. But really engaging with people, you can't do it everywhere. If not, you wouldn't even sleep, because to have good comments, to really engage, and I'm not talking about AI, I'm talking about going to actually get to know your people. That really could really make a big difference in what you're doing with your marketing. And she wanted to be everywhere, but she wasn't willing to take the time to maybe engage with people, or pick one platform and go all out on that one platform. So that's just an example. I mean, she did a lot of things right? Like, she's incredible. I really look up to her. But that's just one example that a lot of times people are just in the wrong place and doing the wrong thing. And instead of focusing on the number one thing that you have to do, which for a lot of people is getting clients, they're just producing massive amounts of content with AI, thinking that that's
Right.
the answer, that's what's going to bring people into them. So they're producing content, they're appearing on podcasts, I mean, all of those things are great. But what is the number one challenge that you have? And why not you just focus on that one thing instead of doing all these other things? Like, they're creating podcasts, they're creating YouTube channels. They want to build their list, but they're not even putting out a call to action to join their list.
Right.
So narrowing down is very difficult for a lot of people, I think, especially right now with all of the AI stuff going around.
Yeah, I think focus is so important on what is important for you. And like you said, is where's your audience? Who are you trying to reach? If you're just doing a shotgun approach, you're not going to be impactful and find the right people. You need to specifically target them where they are and have a call to action so that they will actually respond to you. I think that is so good. So
Yeah.
you talked about email. What do you think about email lists and all of that?
Oh, that's my favorite topic. Yeah, that's my favorite topic because a lot of people, it's hard for people to understand because it's always flashy on social media, right? When they have, you have a million followers or you have hundreds of thousands of followers, but where's the engagement, right? And it's easy for people to see that. because our email lists are private. People don't go around saying, hanging a sign saying, okay, I have 25,000 people on my email list, right? People don't do that. So it's hard for people to understand the significance of what it does. And, even if your open rates are low in the 20%, it's still going to be higher than when people see your content on social media, because what, 3 to 5% of your followers actually see your content. That's why you have to post almost every single day. It's a really weird, very low statistic. So email marketing, even if your open rates are low, people are still going to see your name unless you're landing in the spam, which is a whole nother conversation. But people are still going to see your name in your inbox, in their inbox. So to me, that's like one of the most important things that you should be doing. And then we worry about, well, isn't my audience going to get tired of me if I send too many emails? Well, then we shouldn't even be posting anything, because then they're going to be tired of you also on social media, right? So
Yeah.
I think email is one of the most important things that you really can do.
Well, I
Because,
think too, you control that. You
yeah,
have, it's not like social media can change their algorithms, change things so quickly. It's not that it's not a good thing. I mean,
yeah,
use the right social media, that's a great thing. But the challenge is if you don't have your own email list and customers and all that, you could lose social media in a minute. I had a good example of this where my business, for no good reason at all, my business Instagram, they just shut down.
hmm, yeah,
So I lost all of that. Now, thank goodness I had another Instagram account that I was able to use, but it was just like, so I had no control over that. And it didn't matter what I said.
yeah.
They had their little machine algorithms telling them what I horribly did wrong. And so why I shouldn't be there, you know? So, like,
Oh, you didn't
anyway,
do anything wrong. You could have done nothing wrong. I had 2 YouTube channels removed for no reason. I was following the guidelines. I have a very good friend who is an email marketer as well. He had his Facebook profile removed after 15 years of having it. Like from day one on Facebook, he was on it. All of a sudden, removed. And then there's times where, Facebook has gone down for a day, or the whole thing with TikTok that it was going to disappear. We don't own these platforms, even though they're incredible and I'm on them all the time. It's awesome. I am not saying that it's something bad. It's just that email is something that it's yours. Like, people are giving you permission to email them. So if you want to go with an email service provider like Active Campaign, and then you want to switch over to Constant Contact or MailerLite or whatever, no
right.
worries. The same emails are going to be traveling with you. So
Yeah.
that's why I love it so much, because it's a little bit more intimate. There's not that many things that you can like say, like when it comes to social media. It's kind of
Right.
like a funnel that never ends, because as long as you keep sending emails, you're gonna be top of mind. And I love the connection that you can really have with your subscribers, as opposed to just followers and things like that on social media. But again, I'm not saying that one is better than the other. They're just different, and we just have to treat them differently. But for me, having a healthy email list is a lot better, if that's where you want to concentrate your efforts, than focusing on growing on social media platforms that you don't even own. That's really
Right.
what I want to do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. One thing that I really like about email lists is you can be very intentional about how you build it also. And personally, some great advice I got, you don't need an email list of thousands of people that don't care about you. What
Right.
you need is an email list of the people that do care, and it could be a smaller group. But if you are getting in front of hundreds of people that read your emails and care, as opposed to thousands and thousands of people that just are thinking you're spamming them, it makes a huge difference. My morning email every morning is just put out just an encouraging little blip, and maybe has a little thing about my live stream or something just to show people what I'm doing. But it is just a matter of encouraging them and then staying connected with people.
Yeah.
And it has been a huge impact for me. And I have a super high open rate. They say that if you have a 20% open rate on your emails, you're doing good.
Mhm.
I sometimes average a 50% open rate.
Awesome.
So, I mean, I'm not always, but I mean, I'm always between 30 and 50. And so that is because the people that are on there care and want to open the emails.
Mhm.
So, all right. Well, we're getting close to where we have to start wrapping things up already. So I want to have you give everybody your gold nugget of today's conversation, what you want them to remember from today, and how they get in touch with you.
So many golden nuggets I can share, but if there's only one, it would be to focus on the one thing that matters to you, and focus on either whether it's getting clients, making sales. Don't get caught up in the fuss and the buzz of everything going on, because if you focus on what you can do, not what your neighbors and your friends and your coworkers and everybody else and all of your partners are doing, focus on you and really narrow down that one thing to do it repeatedly every single day, whether it's emails, whether it's putting out an offer, things that are related directly to your ROI, not things that are, oh yeah, we got 1,000 views on our video that we posted yesterday, let's go for 50,000 today. No, like that's not going to get you anything. Focus on the one thing that's going to get you an ROI today, and do the same thing tomorrow. Don't get caught up in all of these other things that you need to be everywhere, that's really going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. And yeah, I mean, you can find me. I'm everywhere. I'm not actively on LinkedIn a lot because I'm really narrowing down more on Instagram, following my own advice, growing my list. And I do a lot of work with service-based businesses. So I don't have like programs. I mean, I have some courses out there, but it's a done for you kind of like deal. So when you hire me, we talk a lot about what are you doing now? What are your goals? What are some of the things that you really are looking forward to doing in 6, 12 months, whatever it is? And how do we get there? So I work with you. And whether it's emails, I definitely do emails. That's like my number one thing. But emails also work together with other content creation. So we talk a lot about that. And you can find me, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. And, just let me know that you came from Russ. I love to say hi. And that's pretty much it.
That is so awesome. That's so awesome. Well, today we are broadcasting on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook.
Awesome.
So we get it out there so that we hit pretty much usually everybody's market. Most people are on YouTube at least, which helps. But so thankful for you. What a blessing you are to our audience, this community, because you have such great information, and I learn every time from you and others the amazing things that I haven't thought of. So I appreciate you for being here today. I'm going to say goodbye on the screen, but hang tight for just a minute, and after I wrap up, I'll see you in the green room.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, everybody, there we are, Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Don't forget, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, for your listening and viewing pleasure. So thankful that you're all here. Want to encourage you to connect with Miri today. Please do. And remember, like she said, she's more highlighted on Instagram. And so please take a look at the different connection links, but that sounds like one of her main ones. And I just appreciate you all being here today. It's been another blessing. This community is so great, and I'm so thankful for each one of you. Don't forget, we'll be back Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, for your listening, viewing pleasure. Wanted to remind you how thankful we are for our sponsors. And I told you before at the beginning, Capital Mortgage Source, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. Don't forget, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer has the live conference coming up October 3rd through 5th in Garrison, New York. Everybody has a tie to cancer. It's open to anybody, whether you have cancer, you support somebody, or you know somebody going through cancer. It's a great group to support. So please do that. Central Willamette Credit Union, thank you, in the Willamette Valley, and the Hounds of Business community. Also, we are listener supported. There we are. I had it. Listener supported. You can scan the QR code or go to the link in the comments and give today. Thank you for supporting this. This is the only way we can continue to broadcast and bring this amazing content and value to you, people like Miri. So thank you for doing that today. What a blessing you all are. So I tell you, we have one last thing to do, because the co-host didn't jump in today to say hi and make y'all smile. You gotta say hi from little Kermie there. Gotta love Kermie. So all right, everybody, thanks so much. Have a blessed and amazing week and a weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.
Hey, Mary, great job.
No, thank you. It was great. It kicked me out for a second just now, so it was perfect
Oh, I
timing.
saw that. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to do a quick thank you so much. I am running to a meeting, but just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. Blessing, so much great information, and I'd love to have you on again in the future. You did a great job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was great. We'll talk on LinkedIn. I saw that you had some comments and stuff, so thank you so much for having me.
Well, yeah, please, and if you can reply to comments, people that talk to you, and then
Yeah,
share it out. Make sure and share it out again, because the more you share it with your community, the more people watch a replay, and a ton of people watch that replay, and so it'll be great.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you so much, Russ. Take care.
You bet. Have a blessed weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.